Okay, I will find something to reading today. Got nothing in my mind yet. So let me see. Let's take a look at Substack. Oh yeah. Okay, I found one. I will read the book, the translator that I need to check. So this will be two birds, one stone, one stone, two birds stuff. Bird, not bird. Okay. Clearing darkness comes from knowing oneself, knowing who this self is, how this self has been formed and programmed, and how this self is showing up. In other words, how it is living right now. Clearing darkness being by looking straight at, clearly recognizing and cleaning out the dark area, the shadow and the hidden corners of the mind that are formed from past memory, mistake, distorted thinking, blind belief, and careless action and words. This darkness, this darkness also comes from the build up of negative experiences from oneself, one's family, and one's community. At its core, clearing darkness comes from thinning and lightening and eventually fully uprooting the assumption and light entirely held fabricate ideas about oneself or about the I, along with the story this I tell about itself. In the end, this narrow eyes eyes is the cage that blocks the radiant infinite source of light that each of us has, and in truth is the light the lighter and more open the eye, the brighter it becomes. The thicker, heavier, and more rigid the eye, the darkness and more painful life become. The darker, I'm sorry. Okay. As a person gradually clears that darkness, their inner light becomes to reveal itself. As the inner light grows stronger, they can actively shine light into their surroundings, helping each other clear their own darkness and go on to shine as well. They are like a candle being lit, a lamp switched on, the sun then cloud part. To live luminously is to have a luminous body, luminous speech and luminous mind, luminous eyes, ears, nose, mouth, luminous hearing, luminous seeing, luminous touch, luminous eating, dressing, and dealing, luminous walking, standing, sleeping, and resting. This is the light that is upright and true, a life that is spacious, spacious and open with nature, freedom, and love. When a person lives luminously, their family becomes luminous, their learning becomes luminous, their work becomes luminous, their travels become luminous, even spiritual practice become luminous. The place and the people they come into contact with also become luminous. People become luminous, homes become luminous, hospital, schools, train station, ports, Streets become luminous, luminous teachers and luminous students, luminous doctors, luminous lawyers, luminous journalists, luminous business people, luminous police officer, luminous farmer, luminous monastic, and on and on. Neighborhood, villages, towns, cities all become luminous. The universe will burst into light and true happiness. May this will come to be. Living luminously does not take reputation as the goal or the measure of life. A person who lives luminously knows for themselves that as long as they let other people's opinion determine their worth and happiness, they will continue to suffer because those opinions change constantly. Therefore, a person who lives luminously is clear about their own value and does not place themselves in comparison with anyone's. Living luminously does not take gain as the goal or the measure of life, especially gain in the form of personal advantage, even when that means lying, stealing in obvious or subtle ways, or harming others. A person who lives luminously knows that the rated asset of a life is love and the reduction of suffering that one person brings into the world. Living luminously is not based on being clever. It is not based on being skillful in maneuvering. It means not being fake with others or with oneself. A person who lives luminously knows that simple, controlled clarity overcomes all cleverness. To live, live, to live, to live luminously To live luminously is not to see life as a game of winning and losing, or of struggle and rivalry. For that reason, they do not engage in scheme, tactics, psychological games, or power games, with themselves or with others. When others resort to scheme, static, or trick, the people who live luminously see them clearly, but firmly refuse to take part. They are upright as a matter of course. Body, body, speech, and mind are one. For they know that peace and true well-being of both body and mind are only possible when there is no inner impurity. Oh, living living luminously does not aim at power, does not crave controlling many people as a measure of success, but wish for everyone to be free to flourish and to fully express their own beauty and distinctiveness. A person who lives luminously never uses other person's life as a joke or as a stepping stone for themselves. Living luminously does not ration love. Living luminously is not afraid of loss. Living luminously is not afraid of obstacles because obstacles are used as lessons to understand oneself more deeply, to break through illusion and to grow the heart. Living luminously is not afraid of loneliness, or being misunderstood, or of being envied. Grounded in themselves, clear in themselves, joyful in themselves, they allow their natural light to invite those who resonate to come. Living luminously is absolutely not cruel. They are firmly resolved not to harm, even when they clearly know that others have harmed them, has harmed them. Living luminously cherishes and is grateful to nature. It values every life. It is kind to all living beings. Living luminously does not sacrifice truth and genuine happiness for the sake of appearances. Therefore, living luminously is not afraid to admit fault, to apologize, to ask for forgiveness, and to forgive others. A person who lives luminously regards no one as an enemy. A person who lives luminously uses all the capacity of body and mind to continually create values and works, whether large or small, that can help the world suffer less and grow brighter, and grow brighter. They use this very create journey as a means to refine and come to understand themselves. In this way, they keep moving toward truth and genuine freedom. They share these truths widely with the community so that all may shine together. Living luminously does not carry the heavy burden of programming next month, next year, 5 years from now, or of worrying about where and how one will live in old age, because they clearly know what whenever they are already moving toward light. Uh, a luminous life is true all the way to its core, because it recognizes that to always think truthfully is not to have think again. To always speak truthfully is not to have to speak again. To always act truthfully is not to have to act again. To always feel truthfully is not to have to feel again. To always behave to always behave truthfully is not have have to behave again. To always truthfully to always live truthfully is not to have to live again. May everyone always live once in each present moment, each time as its own complete life a time, each time fully whole, nothing exercised, nothing lacking, nothing left over, nothing dying and living again. Not dying and living again, not doing again and again, not speaking again and again, not thinking again and again, not cycling through rebirth after rebirth, always upright, true, luminous, clear. No matter who we are, each of us has two things, body and mind, whether our body is tall or short, strong or weak, whether it carries illness, is the result of good and harmful action in the past. In the same way, whether our mind is at peace or trouble, happiness or suffering, is all the result of good and harmful action in the past. That is to say, each of us, a particular combination of body and mind bearing an individual name in the ongoing manifestation of karmic result from harmful action, of merit from good action. It is not what we have, karma and merit. Rather, we are karma and merit. Therefore, the basic foundation of a luminous life is first, first, past karma is weakness and cleared by sincerely asking forgiveness for past wrongs. Open the heart to forgive others, forgive oneself, and vow not to repeat the mistake. Second, new karma is repetitive from arise by staying clearly aware of what the body, speech, and mind that are doing in the present and by not doing, saying or thinking anything that's useless or harmful. Thus, always stay one step ahead of karma. Do not wait until karma bears fruit to deal with it. By then, it is too late. Stay ahead of karma by observing and reviewing whatever is causing suffering for yourself and others, in order to recognize it and ask for forgiveness. 4. Clearly understand cause and effect. Never think that you can do something without consequences, whether others know about it or not. When something has already been done and the consequence arises, courageously accept them and take them as an opportunity to transform yourself at the root toward the light. 5. Do good, give, help, and contribute in order to repay all karmic debts and continually generate new merit. In this way, merit is always greater than debt, rather than debt being heavy and merit sacred. Suck, sick, scared, scared, scarce, which would leave one feeling constantly pressure. Sick, sick is about giving, not sick is about giving, not necessarily money, but also your energy, your time, your joyful openness, giving without jealousy, giving forgiveness, giving peace, giving what you are better than others. 7 is not stingy, miserly or jealous to others, not being afraid that others might be better than you, not keeping good things to yourself, hiding them, hoarding for personal gain, not claiming the best parts and the credit for yourself, or ignoring or denying the contribution of others. These things keep the mind narrow and small, leaving no strain or substance for clarity, freedom, or happiness. 8 in not comparing yourself to others and not comparing people with one another, being clear about yourself, changing yourself, doing good without needing to showing it off. Whenever you are, be a source of joy, bringing benefit to people, animal, and nature according to your own capacity. 9 is turning toward positive, right energy, seeing the good, the light in every person and every place, even in the darkness, people, and situation, feeling gratitude and respect, but without fear, dependence, submission, or turning anyone or anything into something sacred. 10 is being able to accept your own death and your own obscurity now or at any moment. Okay. 10 is being able to accept your own death and your own obscurity now or at any moment. From this comes the chance to break free from the timeline, from the lifetime after timeline of conditioning around this illusion of I, the root of every problem. In this way, little by little, all the darkness is cleared away, and the light already within your revealed. The basic foundation of a luminous life. To live a natural luminous life without strain, then, about eating it enough, eat enough for yourself. There is no need for asceticism, macrobiotic diets, or following someone else's scientific way of eating, because these approaches often hide desire, the desire to eat well, and fear of hunger, lack, illness, death, and then you desire and fear to force the body. But also do not eat too much or eat without restraint, saying yes just because others invite you. Eating too much brings more heaviness into the body, and the body has to spend more energy digesting. When there is too much heaviness, the body becomes sick. The mind also becomes tense and restless or overly sluggish. Feel for yourself how eating makes your body healthy, clean and light. Everybody is different. Do not force yourself and do not force others when it comes to food. That's the this book is so good.